Hello and welcome back everybody. Today's map is something that I've been working on for the past 2.5 months and it's finally ready to be released for you guys, and I've never been this excited for a map before. It features 8 different courses with a simple and easy way to transport around the map. The 8 courses within this map are the classic old Tile Frenzy, Popcorn, One Wall 6 Targets, Pump to SMG, Time React, Flying Zombies, Single Target Flick Shot, and Overrun Zombies. Some of these courses are classics, but others are some new designs that I've created specifically for this map and I think are an absolute blast. But before we look at the courses, I want to touch on a few ways for you guys to get involved more in depth with this map and possibly win some V-Bucks. And since I really want you guys to get involved, for the courses within this map, Tile Frenzy, One Wall 6 Targets, Time React, and Single Target Flick Shots all have their own unique leaderboards that you guys can all compete on. And then, in a month's time, which would be November 19th, whoever holds the number 1 spot within each of the high scores will each win 2,500 V-Bucks. Also, to give you guys a way to advertise a little bit, is you can choose what social media you want to put next to your name. For example, a little YT, TTV, Twit, or Insta, that'll go right next to your name as a way to possibly give you guys a little bit more exposure. If you want to submit a score, please follow these easy rules. Either DM me on Twitter or Instagram and format your message like this: score, course name, and link to clip. I need a full clip of your run to validate your score and to make sure that it's legit. Please check the high scores on the map to make sure you are actually beating another score, and then I will update the map accordingly. Now, every time you get transported to a course, it's all set up and ready for you to play right away. But if you would like to track your score, then all you have to do is shoot the start game button, and this will begin a timer for 30 seconds or a minute depending on what course you're playing. Then, as soon as the timer is finished, it's going to stop tracking your score, which allows for a 100% accurate score for the timed period. Then, you can easily just submit that to me. But otherwise, if you just want to practice your aim, you can ignore the buttons and shoot the targets like normal, and everything will still work perfectly. Also, a newly introduced mechanic within this map is the aim hub. It's going to act as your connector of traveling to and from each of the courses. While inside of the aim hub, you can shoot or pickaxe any of the play buttons and they'll eliminate and respawn you inside of the course you choose. As well, within the aim hub, if you turn around from where you spawn, there is an area where you can see what most of the courses are going to look like, and you can change the background color on all of the courses that have barriers as a background. There are little targets that show you which ones are going to be on the map because some of the courses do differ a little bit. From there, you can see exactly what you're going to have and you can choose a background color accordingly. Now, you may be wondering, how do you get back to the aim hub? Well, in every course, there are going to be a return to aim hub button that is shootable just similar to the play buttons. Some courses are going to have more than one of these, but everyone will at least have one. The last piece of the aim hub is a little bit of a dedication to MrSlickWillyz. He designed the entire aesthetics of the map and created some really awesome looking designs that are a million times better than any of my old maps. Slick absolutely killed it on the design of this map and spent nearly 80 hours just grinding that. But he also does create his own maps and they're absolutely out of this world. He's been on the block 2 times as well, so you know he knows what he's talking about. You should all head over to his YouTube and look at some of his past projects, and of course, look out for his future maps because I got a little bit of a sneak peek and they are pretty crazy. Before we jump into looking at the courses in specific, I want to show you all a couple of tricks that I found to make training aim just a little bit clearer. First, going to settings and turning off all HUD except for your reticle declutters your screen so much in comparison to what it usually is. This lets you see targets easier and overall just frees up your FOV. As well, some guns have a different level of zoom. For example, comparing a SCAR to a golden pistol, you can see a whole ton more while using the pistol because the SCAR just has a much deeper zoom to it. But overall, I recommend using whichever gun you prefer or the gun you need practice with. Now, moving into courses, hands down my favorite within this entire map is Popcorn. Simply because I love how the tracking works in this course and it's almost like 2 of them packed into one. You can toggle in between side and sky ballers, and as well in between 150 health or 1 health ballers. Using the sky ballers is one of the only courses that I've ever seen to introduce vertical aiming, and once you try out this course, you realize how different it is from your typical aim. Overall, the tracking on this course is really fun with the customization that you can choose from, and it just makes this course way more fun. My second favorite is Pump to SMG. The course has you sitting inside of a basket of a shopping cart as you bounce back and forth on the track, and from there you have to shotgun the small targets on each side that will randomize, and then SMG the bot in the middle. It's a great way to practice something that you'll actually use in game, and since you're moving back and forth, it makes the tracking just a little bit harder than your normal typical tracking course. This one is just pretty fun as you slowly get into the rhythm of bouncing back and forth. And as well, one of the hardest things with this map was creating tracking courses without using the current moving targets, as they're really not that fun to do for long periods of time, and the movement is rather straightforward and it doesn't allow too much uniqueness to it. But I decided to take some inspiration from my previous map of the flick shots, where the bots fly up into the air from the side, bottom, and top, and sort of smush them all into one course. Then, randomly the zombies will spawn and get launched across your screen from different angles and areas. They're all one shot, but tracking and flick shots all come into play with this map. And it also looks pretty goofy with those zombies flying across your screen. There's also a stationary zombie course, which is pretty fun since you get to choose between 4 different options for the health of the zombies: 1 health, 50 health, 100 health, and 200 health. The lower the health though, the more zombies that spawn in to help even out the difficulty of the course. There are 3 options for where the zombies can spawn, and a short audio and visual cue plays to alert you of where exactly they are spawning. It is a simple course, but it's fun to try and eliminate all the zombies before the next set spawns to make it a little bit more challenging. This next course is actually built by my good friend RichyToons. He also creates courses and such, and I was like, yo, I want to put one of your courses in my maps because they're pretty awesome. So he shot me over the plans to rebuild his reaction based course inside of this map. Basically, a target will pop up on your screen and disappear after a short period, regardless if you do hit the target. This requires you to react as fast as possible to make sure you're connecting with your targets, which help trains your flick shots and reaction time. Richie also makes a ton of courses and such. I'm going to have him linked down in the description, so please go check him out and show him some love because he creates some really awesome creative maps for aiming, editing, and everything. The next 3 courses are a little similar, but are still unique in their own ways. First, we have Tile Frenzy, which at this point is just a classic. It's one of the simplest courses, but it's always a fun one to grind in the free time. Next, we have a single target flick shot, and this course has a way bigger canvas with only 1 target. So that's going to require you to flick much farther across your screen when going from target to target. The third is a 1 wall 6 targets, and this one requires more endurance than anything, especially in the time mode. My high score was over 200, and to hit that, you have to be constantly shooting multiple times every second for a straight minute, which is not easy. This one is probably my favorite out of the 3 currently, since I've played the other ones a ton before already, and this one is just a little bit more fresh for me. I do again want to give a huge shout out to both MrSlickWillyz and RichyToons. Without them both, this map would have never came together. Slick is a mastermind at design and was able to create something that looks just as good as it functions. He's seriously put 8 hours a day for like a week and a half straight just grinding out the map. He was so meticulous in the design, and I really hope you guys notice the tiny details he was able to implement because they are so sick. Also, RichyToons and I bounced ideas off each other and we brainstormed a ton. He has some really awesome maps and some unique videos that I enjoy over on his channel. He is mechanically really good at creative mode and knows how to make the game do what he wants. He has some really cool maps that show circuits within the creative mode and all of that. So if you want to learn some really neat things about creative mode, definitely recommend checking out Richie. But make sure to check them out both and give them some support because they seriously killed it in nearly every aspect of what they helped me with, and in their own content. They'll be linked down in the description. Go over and tell them that I sent you and make sure that they know that they rock. I've poured a ton of hours into this map over the past 2.5 months, and because of how it works and the infrastructure I've built inside of the map, I'm going to be continually updating it pretty big. Like replacing courses and putting new things in that come out, and as well tweaking whatever you guys give me feedback on. As well, if I do republish the map and update it, the code stays the same, so you guys aren't going to have to keep coming back to get the code over and over and over again. I'll keep you guys updated on big changes on the map through Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube community. So follow me on those if you don't already to stay up to date with the map. Overall though, I really hope you guys do enjoy this map. If you do, supporting me through using code Selage, dropping a like, or subscribing would be much appreciated as it helps me continue to create maps and content for you guys. But that's all I got for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.